And welcome back to Let's Play Persona 3. Last time we had another rousing bit of Tartarus exploration, and now we're back to the Bay Area to enjoy our day-to-day life. Now, we will be having one more Tartarus video right after this one, as a matter of fact, due to how I'm routing it out. Going forward, we're probably going to have 2 Tartarus videos to an in-game month, with one exception much later in the game. This is, the Fable block is kind of unusual in that it has 3 bosses. Most Tartarus blocks that we go through, or shall I say sections of blocks, will only have 2 bosses to go through. So the way it's all kind of lining up, especially with the fatigue system in FES, it just seems like a good idea to do it in 3 videos. I might make 1 or 2 more Tartarus trips to, well, Tartarus in FES. But those will likely be incredibly streamlined if I even show them at all. Let's go over here to Junpei. Apparently my persona's supposed to be real strong against fire. Call the fire department, because I'm burning with passion, baby. Anyway, you leave the strong enemies to me. I can take the heat. Junpei also gets his flame blown out really quickly by wind, though. It is kind of a shame that the resistances of the party members seem to be slightly toned down in this version of the game. Hey Zellercoon, have you picked up any supplies like medicine and stuff? You probably know this, but I'll tell you just in case. Shops aren't open during the dark hour, so you should get whatever you might need before the dark hour. We don't want someone to get injured in Tartarus and not be able to do anything about it, you know? You might have a point, Yukari, but those things also cost money, and I am trying to be frugal at the moment. Let me tell you something. In both boxing and actual combat, speed is key. Whether you're landing an attack or evading one, you won't succeed if you can't move quickly. Akihiko actually has a point here. Most combat in Persona 3, it's best if you just crush the enemy before they get a chance to do anything, so good that you've noticed that, Akihiko. Is something the matter? I just wanted to chat. A piece of advice for fighting in Tartarus. To get the upper hand in combat, I suggest attacking shadows from their blind spot. You'll have the advantage if you can launch a preemptive strike without being noticed. Try to utilize this technique often. I've been doing that plenty, Mitsuru. You don't have to remind me. Over here is just something that I haven't really drawn attention to, the pin board for the dormitory. This is another place that you can look at people's statuses, see if everyone is available to go. Here's the dorm rules, but let's check everyone's status. Everyone can go tonight. Various schedules and contact information are written here, all that jazz. And then, of course, you can decide to go from to Tartarus from here. In the earlier versions of the game, the pin board was just a bit of flavor text. Anyway, with all that established, let's move on with our day. Nom nom, a border to improve my stats. Real quick before we get started with the rest of the video, I would just like to pop over to Persona 3 Vanilla real quick. This is the first time we're seriously looking at this version of the game in the LP itself, if you don't count me looking at the title screen in the very first video, because there's a couple things I want to remark on about scheduling and stat development in this version of the game that are non-applicable in Persona 3 FES. First and foremost, when you go to the arcade at night, Game Panic, various arcade games are inside. Where's the option to interact with it? Where's the games? Game Panic is a purely aesthetic location, much like Power Records in this version of the game. The ability to play arcade games at it to boost your Persona stats and get extra social stat boosts, that was not added until Persona 3 FES. That has become a staple of every version of the game going forward, and of course every sequel to the game features something like that in the future. I'm kind of tripping over my words here, but you get the idea. The arcade eventually became a fixture, and similar services also became available in future games, but it was not available in Persona 3 Vanilla. Taking a look at karaoke here, one thing to note about karaoke in Persona 3 Vanilla is that it is only available Monday or Sunday through Thursday. Friday and Saturday, it is unavailable, meaning that you have much more limited opportunities to boost your courage in this version of the game. I'm gonna cut ahead a little bit now, because it needs to be daytime for the next major thing that I want to address that's different in Persona 3 Vanilla. So, let's talk to the student with the map. Don't worry, we might get a chance to see that text again later. but I don't care to read it right now, because we want him to pop open his map for us, and we want to quickly travel to Naganaki Shrine, because a couple of the services here work differently in Persona 3 Vanilla. First order of business is we want to check out the relationship fortune, so let's make our way over there and take a look at what is available for us here. Fortune, 100 yen. What the? Well, where's the relationship aspect? Well, as you can see, there is no relationship aspect in this version of the game. You just draw a fortune, and you get a interesting effect. I got a lucky charm there, and 10,000 yen. Seems like today's your lucky day. And our condition is great, and it doesn't take any time. So, if you want to try and test your luck on the fortune here, you can do that and occasionally get a large amount of money and a condition improvement. But there is a chance you'll get a bad fortune and lose 1,000 yen on top of the yen that you invested, and you'll pick up the tired status, which can be valuable in its own way if you're trying to develop your courage stat in the early game. Now, the other thing I want to take a look at is the offertory box. Obviously, in this version of the game, the relationship fortunes does not exist. You cannot use that to advance social links, and more damagingly, you cannot use it to repair them. So you have to be a bit more mindful of if your links are on the verge of reversing. But the other thing I wanted to check out here is the offertory box, because this works wildly different in Persona 3 Vanilla. In this version of the game, it does not advance time to use it, and you have a variable amount of yen that you can invest in it. Let's invest insert 1,000 yen and see what happens. We got an academics boost. The offertory box allows you to get free academics boosts, and it does not advance time. However, it is strictly chance-based. You are not guaranteed to get the academics boost, and the chance of you getting it is dependent on the money that you put in. So, investing more in the offertory box gives you more academics, allowing you to advance your academics relatively quickly in this version of the game, despite the fact that the quiz game does not exist. So, pretty interesting in that way. As far as the rest of the services available around the island go, there's not really that much different in Persona 3 Vanilla, but I did want to draw attention to these because it makes things a little bit more complicated. I was mentioning how you had fewer options for boosting courage in this version of the game, and not only do you have less days that you can spend at karaoke in order to max it out, you also don't have the arcade game, obviously, so you really need to take advantage of those medicine boosts from Mr. Edogawa if you want to max courage out by the time you need it, or rather, by the time you can use the max rank at the earliest available opportunity. It's a bit tough to explain. Basically, if you want to max it out by 619, which is when you need it, then you need to focus on getting as many medicines from Mr. Edogawa as possible. With that taken care of, let's return to Persona 3 Reload. I can hear people talking. Good morning! I always feel super sleepy waking up on Mondays. And there's another special morning assembly today? Didn't we just have one last week? Remember how Kirija-senpai gave that great speech last week? Apparently, that got the principal really fired up, and now he wants to make a follow-up speech. Seriously? The heck? Why do we have to suffer just because he wants to stroke his ego? The first bell has rung.
We'll now begin this morning's assembly. First, our principal has some words he'd like to share with you. Please give him a warm welcome.
Thank you.
What's the deal with the assembly? You think it's about the recent incidents?
Beats me. He shouldn't even know about the shadows or anything. I just hope this doesn't take too long.
He's not exactly known for his brevity.
Today, I'd like to tell you about my, vision for this school year. As you are aware, strange incidents have been reported on the news lately. It is my firm belief that none of you are involved. However, the uncertainties of high school life are many, and overcoming this will require constant effort. You must dig down deep inside, but don't worry so much that you lose touch with reality. As they say, everything in moderation. This is the key to reaping all the rewards that school has to offer.
Wait a minute. Doesn't this remind you of Kirijo-senpai's speech?
Yeah, you're right. I guess he doesn't want to be outdone by a teenager? Can't really blame him, but still.
Do you have a minute? I'm sorry, but I'll need some of your time after school. I have a special request for you.
Sorry, I was just a little dazed from that speech earlier. I mean, it was so boring. What is your request anyway?
I apologize if I'm being abrupt, but I couldn't think of a better person to ask. I'll tell you more about it after school. Until then.
Mitsuru's request can wait because we have class today. Alright, let's review quadratic functions. Y'all remember those, don't you? Sometimes the graph will be a parabola, or sometimes a hyperbola. Well, they're certainly beautiful curves, but they can't measure up to parabolic and hyperbolic spirals. These are algebraic spirals. Look, aren't they magnificent? Now then, let's see if you can answer this from a mathematical point of view. Iori-kun, which of the following is not an algebraic spiral? Hold up, how the heck am I supposed to know that? Colin, do you know which one's not an algebraic spiral or whatever? I believe the answer is A, and I don't just think that because I have a cheat sheet. Correct. Well done. I would just like to say, for Mr. Miyahara, when I was playing this game on PSP, I couldn't tell if he just had, like, really pronounced buck teeth, or if he had, like, a piece of chalk in his mouth at all time, but I think it's supposed to be teeth. This is a logarithmic spiral. When the golden ratio is the growth factor, it's called a golden spiral. Just as the name implies, you can graph an algebraic spiral using an algebraic equation. B is the Archimedean spiral, C is a parabolic spiral, and D is a lattice, all of which are algebraic spirals. However, A is the logarithmic spiral is not considered an algebraic spiral. It's a common spiral found in nature, such as on nautilus shells and sunflower seeds. No matter how far you scale in or out, the shape remains roughly the same. This is called self-similarity. I like to call it Uzumaki. The way it spirals kind of reminds me of Tartarus. What, just me? Anyways, thanks for your help, dude! Zeller-kun gave him the answer just now. He must be really smart. Yes, please go on thinking that. I can hear my classmates whispering. I've become slightly more popular.
Sorry to keep you waiting. To make a long story short, I'd like you to join student council.
I don't know if I'd be a good fit for it, honestly. I mean, I've already got so much on my plate.
We meet regularly, but I don't expect you to participate every time. Just come to the student council room when you can.
I mean, I guess that's easy enough, but why me?
Because of your ability to lead. Being president is very time-consuming. I'd like to have an ally to support me in the event of an emergency. An ally, meaning someone who understands my situation. You know what it means to be a leader, so I'm asking you.
Meh, I can't argue with that logic. Plus, I need to develop more social links. I'll take the job.
Excellent. I knew I could count on you. And I've already filed and approved your student council membership on your behalf. But you'll have to go to the faculty office on your own to sign everything.
Seems like in order to join the student council, I have to go find Miss Toriyumi. I need to tell her that I'm going to join student council.
I'm sorry for making arrangements without your permission, but I hope you understand the position I'm in. Once you're ready, come to the student council room. I'll be waiting for you there.
And thus, Mitsuru has left the classroom. Gotta be honest, it's a little creepy that she's filing paperwork on our behalf, but you know what, we were gonna do it anyway, so... Seems I can join the student council if I submit some paperwork at the faculty office. I should head to the faculty office when I have some free time. Alright, let's make our way down there. We could go to track practice. Oh, also, on Mondays, Kurosawa sells his wares at a discount. I forget what the exact discount is. I want to say it's like maybe like a 25% or 10% at the lowest. Not a huge deal, but if you're trying to optimize your purchases, obviously it's a good idea to buy things when a discount is available. Let me see, let's go in here. It's the faculty office. Looks like I can't get it in through the door on this side. Ah, man, I hate it when they always force you to use just one particular door.
Oh, what can I do for you?
Yeah, I'm here for the job.
Ah, yes. Kirito-san filled me in. All we need is your signature, so read through this and sign here. All right, looks good. You can leave the rest to me. Good luck in student council.
Probably read through that like I read through terms of service agreements. Anyways, we now have access to the student council room. The student council obviously contains another social link for us to develop. We're forming so many. Man, we're popular, aren't we? Anyway, let's get back up to the second floor. I could use the fast travel, but you know what? Gotta stretch my legs a little bit. At some point, I have to use the bathroom in the other version of the game. Not the women's restroom. Well, in Persona 3 Portable, it's the women's restroom. Here we go. Student council room. Let's go for it. It's the student council room. I got permission to join the student council. Maybe I should introduce myself. Let's enter and see what happens.
All right, everyone. This is who I've been talking to you about. He'll be joining us in student council starting today.
Ah, so he's the one. I'm Hidetoshi Odagiri. I supervise the disciplinary committee.
I'm Chihiro Fushimi, the treasurer. I'm a first year, and, I'm still learning the ropes, so please be patient with me.
Oh, nice to meet you all.
You must be quite talented to be handpicked by the president herself. I look forward to working with you.
I think I made a good impression on Odagiri. I joined the student council and got to know the members. Odagiri seems like a bit of a hard ass, but he does also look like he's got a good head on his shoulders. That Chihiro girl looks a little skittish. Maybe we could help her out with that. I feel like we need to make this a good group effort. I hope I get along with everyone here.
I am thou. Thou art I. Thou hast established a new bond. Thou shalt have our blessing when thou choosest to create a persona of the Emperor Arcana.
Thus, we have established the social link for the Emperor Arcana. The Emperor Arcana contains plenty of personae that are affiliated with the Elec element. Usually they tend to be pretty durable. Some of them also have an emphasis on physical attacking. It has one of the best ultimate personae in the game, so it's well worth your while to max out this social link, especially in FES and Portable.
It's getting late. Introductions will be enough for today. What we want from you is to assist us as necessary. From now on, you have my permission to enter the student council room whenever you wish. Your time is your own after school, but try to remember the student council every now and then. We meet on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, but we don't meet on days before tests. Thanks for coming today.
I parted ways with the student council members and went back to the dorm. For the record, that line Mitsuru dropped at the end, that's just referring to the general hold placed on all school-related social links in the lead up to an exam. I don't really know why they feel like keep emphasizing that. Sup, dude? Alright, I heard you might be joining the student council. Kirijo-senpai, are you sure you want to let a slacker like this guy join? I'm not forcing him. But if you're concerned about his work ethic, would you rather join yourself? I'll pass. But thanks for the offer. Yeah, I don't think Junpei has much of acumen for class budget or scheduling or, just doing... I actually have no idea what the student council does. I don't even know why I'm dunking on Junpei. Bad form for me, bad form. What do you got to say, Yukari? I don't think I really have time for student council. I'm busy enough with archery, studying, and fighting shadows. It's already kind of a lot. And I mean, Kirija-senpai is just... Actually, it's nothing. Never mind. It's something that I don't think about. I don't know if we ever see what personal friends Yukari has. I mean, she does form friendships, but, like, not outside of anybody that the protagonist already knows. Student council, huh? Well, as exciting as that sounds, I think I'll pass. Junpei just chilling on his PSP like I do when I'm on break at work. I was playing Persona 3 Portable.
That reminds me.
So, I heard Mitsuru ask you to join student council. Sorry if it feels like you're being forced to, but I'm sure she could really use your help. Like I said, it's kind of creepy that she just submitted that paperwork on our behalf. Well, anyway, it's ultimately up to you, so give it some thought. Mitsuru, what else do you know about me and are doing behind my back? Something the matter? Just wanted to chat. As president of the student council, I'm really quite busy. In fact, it's quite rare that I have any time to rest. I won't require your help constantly, but stop by the student council room when you have time. You're looking really busy with that tea in your hand. I look forward to your contributions. I'm being cynical and snippy. I think Mitsuru is as busy as she advertises. Anyway, speaking of not being busy, Hambaga. For the 27th in FES, we actually want to take care of something outside of school to begin with. So, greetings and salutations, I absolutely would like to know Bay Area locations, and in this specific case, we're going to be going to Polonia Mall, because I actually want to do some equipment shopping for once, and it's better to get this out of the way sooner rather than later. I don't plan to buy too much. In fact, I only plan to really buy something from B-Blue-V, so what we're going to do is pop over here, and we are going to buy 3 items in particular. Welcome. What we want is we want 3 guard bands. So buy 1, and we'll equip 1 on ourselves here right now. And then we'll buy 2 more, 1 for Yukari and 1 for Junpei. Endurance actually does make a pretty appreciable difference on your defensive values in this game. So I do want to buy a few guard bands, since we have a pretty difficult boss fight coming up. And I'm just thinking about, I want to sell some of these imitation katanas, get rid of this rapier. We want to keep the camo shirt for Yukari, but we can sell the dress shirt, and your character's unique accessories serve no other purpose than to be sold once you swap them out with something that's actually useful, so don't hesitate to do that. We, of course, also want to visit Mr. Edogawa to get the medicine boost, so let's just head on in and, of course, speed through his dialogue. He says literally the same thing every single time you come to visit him. We just want to fast forward until we get to the point where we get the medicine, and even though it's a drink, we apparently devour it, jar and all, and we get our free courage boost for the day. But that's not all that there is to do here. The option to join Student Council is also available for us in FES at this point, obviously, and portable. And we can go and make the appointment with Miss Toriyumi, but we're actually not going to formally join Student Council today. You don't have to join Student Council right away. You can just meet with Miss Toriyumi to make the appointment, and then visit it whenever you feel like doing that. One interesting thing to note, since I probably won't get another chance to mention it, is that if you don't join a sports club after a certain point, I forget, it's a specific date in May, but I don't remember which one offhand. But if you don't join a sports club up until a certain point, Mitsuru or somebody will force you to join one. I'm not sure if a similar thing applies with Student Council, but you're free to join that whenever you want to. But for FES, we're not going to be starting the Student Council link at the moment, because it will clutter up our schedule a little bit if we do it right now. Instead, we want to go and hang out with Kazuchi for the track team. One thing to remark on at the end of the Rank 2 Chariot link in this version of the game is that this is when, in FES, we actually get our first opportunity to talk to Yuko. Well, talk to her outside of the social link, I should say, and we can, once again, ask her to walk home together, but because this is only the first time we're talking to her in this version, she is still in a hurry today. We can't actually initiate her social link until later, or rather, we can't talk to her again a second time until later on in FES. Finally, on this date, we're going to be doing some karaoke for the evening, in order to get a little bit more courage on top of the courage that we already got earlier today. I'm also going to be studying, not to gain any more academics, of course, because we're tired, but to try and extend the tiredness to the next day. Picking up where we left off in Persona 3 Portable, let's make our way to the town map, and we're going to have some coffee tonight, because we need to start working on our charm when we can. I also need to save scum my, whoops, not that one. I need to save scum my tiredness to carry that into the morning, so hopefully I don't have to spend a lot of time doing that. One thing to note about the coffee shop in Persona 3 Portable and Reload is that you can work here part-time on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night. This gives you a boost to your courage and your charm, but it's only a 1-point boost to each instead of the 2-point bonus you get from drinking the coffee instead. Obviously, also, since you're doing a job, you can get some money from doing this. It's not a huge amount. I believe it's 3,000 yen you get from doing it, but it's a little bit to help you out in the early game. So we enjoy our cup of pheromone coffee and make our way on to the next day. For our lecture today in Persona 3 Portable and FES, we've got Miss Miyahara. Actually, for some reason in Reload, it's now Mr. Miyahara. Whatever. Then round up. So, the answer is x equals 1. It isn't? Oh, I see. This becomes 11, so... I'm sorry, you're right. X equals 2. Wait, is that right? Okay, your assignment is to figure this one out. Anyway, wasn't that incredible? Even with a difficult problem like this one, once you solve it, x still equals 1. Or maybe 2. What I'm getting at is, sorry, math is fun. Don't you think so? Civilization owes its very existence to math. Alright, today is the 27th, so that works out to your turn, Zoe. Oh, how'd you know I was born on a 27th? February, for those who are curious. If you want to get me a present, please, maybe? I'm kidding. Do you know when numbers were invented? That would be 6,000 years ago. You got it! The Sumerians invented numbers 6,000 years ago. Later, Arabic numerals were invented in India, which brought us the number 0 and countless equations. The beauty and wonder of it all. Math is magnificent! You gave the correct answer. For our efforts, we get some charm. Now for our first order of free time business, we of course need to visit Mr. Edogawa and get his medicine. This is the last day in a row we can be tired or sick. In Portable, it is capped out at 4 days, so can't get any more courage boost than that, and that's only if your tiredness carries into the beginning of the week. I also am going to be starting the Emperor social link in this version of the game, so we'll get that started as well. And that I'll just relegate to the supplemental video because it's almost identical to how it is in FES and Reload, so no need to go over that here. At nighttime, we'll be going to the arcade, and we will be playing the photo sticker game here, so let's do that. Go to Print Club. Your photo came out fantastically. You tried out different poses and graphics. Before you could take selfies anytime, anywhere, this is what you had to do. But our charm has greatly increased for doing so.
Good morning.
Good morning. Have you gotten acclimated to our school yet? Oh, I sure have. I'm actually doing quite well for myself at this point. I see. Your ability to adapt to a new environment is impressive. By the way, if you ever need me for anything, Most times you can find me in the lounge. However, I won't be present if there's business I must attend to. If I'm not at the dorm at night, then you'll have to put off any exploration for another day. I hope you understand. Well, it's a little frustrating, but I guess we can deal with it. So, there's actually a couple things we want to do. Actually, something I should be doing. I just wanted to get into the decorum of the day. Sorry, Kenji, we're not going to hang out. I keep forgetting which button is the fast travel button. One thing we should be doing is going to Naganaki Shrine frequently, because we can use the Inari Shrine to dupe our cards every single day, so why not, you know? Get a good stock of cards going. Let's see, Magic, we got 1 Z or 2 Zeos, so let's duplicate this Iha card. Get some more darkness damage dealing options onto our Personae when we have a chance. I'm not sure if I'll dupe any or keep duping cards, but once I get a better stock, and especially once I pick up more of the elemental spell cards, we do want to be doing a lot of duping so that we're able to have a good supply for customizing general problem fixer Personae. Now, one thing we want to do here is, now that we've joined the student council, Chihiro is available. One thing that hasn't really come up yet is that by advancing certain social links or starting them, we can get access to others. We cannot talk to Chihiro until we join the student council, but now that we have... Oh, Zeller-san. What do you want? I just wanted to talk. I don't have anything to talk about. Oh, I'm sorry. You okay? Sorry about that. I don't think she's willing to talk to me anymore. Better try again another time. Looks like I was dead on the money with how skittish she can be. What are you two talking about? I heard that student who dropped out stays at home all the time now. If she'd at least kept her name in the school roster, she might have been able to graduate. But if she's quitting now, it probably means she had problems during her first year too, right? And hey, it's her life. I don't like it's any of my business. Yeah, exactly, gossip-loving girl. Good that you have some degree of awareness. Anyway, with that taken care of, we want to hang out with Kaz today. Let's go to track practice. Come on, let's go. You best pick up the pace. Looks like Miyamoto wants me to join him for track practice. Something I have to get used to with this version of the game is that much more frequently, they default to the surnames for characters rather than the first names, like in Persona 3 FES, trying to be a bit more culturally accurate, I guess. I feel as if we can grow closer thanks to the Chariot Persona, Aramitama. If you have a persona of the matching arcana when going on a hangout with someone, you get this message, Did I mention this when we went to hang out with Kenji? Well, regardless, I'm mentioning it again. Every time we give a correct response, we get a 50% bonus to the points we earn for that correct response. But since we're only doing the rank 2 event, we just need to get one correct response no matter what, and we will be able to do the next rank. Should I meet up with him? Yes, let's hang out. Let's head to where Miyamoto is. Oh, right, and then I gotta talk to him after. Hey, you heading to practice? Better hurry and get changed. Okay, yes. I feel like I'll get closer to him soon. That is the replacement for people approaching us during lunchtime. Nice, let's go. Today, let's see what you're made of. Don't overdo it. Alright, I'll try not to.
My side is killing me. I might have overdone it a bit.
I think Kaz is the type who, he appreciates it when people push him to his limits. Toughen up, man. You can do this.
Easy for you to say. But honestly, you're probably onto something. How about you? You okay? You've really been pushing it. You don't even look tired. What kind of training regimen do you have?
Oh, you know, just some special nighttime activities. On top of that, I do a lot of sit-ups and push-ups, and I drink plenty of juice.
I figured as much. Else I wouldn't be dying over here. You're pretty crazy. Kinda sucks. You totally destroyed me. I knew the standards were high around here, but I never thought someone so good would be right in front of me. Okay, I've made up my mind. Listen up. I'm gonna make you eat my dust.
Looks like we got Kaz all fired up, and he sees us as a rival. I feel like we're becoming a little bit closer. Rank 2 acquired. Nice stuff, nice stuff.
Sorry. Didn't mean to get so worked up. Let's get go.
You okay, man? I'm starting to get a little worried. That looked like it hurt.
think I might have twisted my knee. Forget it. Let's go.
Guess the adrenaline's pumping for him a little bit, so he's able to ignore it. Hopefully that's no big deal. I'd recommend taking a hot bath after this. It helps out quite a lot. Parted ways and left for the dorm. It's Yuko, the team manager. Should I say hello? Oh, absolutely.
Oh, it's you. What's up?
Come on, wanna walk home together? I could use the company.
Okay, sure. Why don't we stop somewhere along the way? It's tough being a team manager. You really don't get any respect. And the guys on the team all act like little kids. Where's my towel? Can you wash this for me? I'm not their mother, you know. At least I don't have to worry about gaining weight since I'm always running around taking care of them. How about you? Are you enjoying track and field?
Don't feel too bad about that, Yuko. It means that they put a lot of faith in your abilities. You seem like you have a good control on things. Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Oh yeah? That's good to hear. Thought it might be boring for you, since you're so much better than everyone else. I can tell just by looking. It's like you've got your own style, and you don't waste much energy. Well, if you have any questions, just ask Kaz. You know, Kazushi. You guys are in the same class, so I'm sure he'd be willing to help you. You can ask me too if you want, since I'm the manager.
Yuko seems to be looking out for me. I feel like the two of us have gotten a little closer.
I am thou. Thou art I. Thou hast established a new bond. Thou shalt have our blessing when thou choosest to create a persona of the Strength Arcana.
We're doubling up today, and that's our third link established this video. We're just setting up so many right now. Anyways, as you'd imagine, the Strength Arcana contains many personae who are specialized towards physical attacks, as well as they are extremely durable. The ultimate persona of this Arcana has several great things about him, especially in Reload, so we'll definitely want to work on this link when we can.
Oh, I've got to run. There's a show I want to catch. See you at school?
Yuko seems really nice, and she seems to have a straightforward personality. I think we'll have an easy time getting along with her. After saying goodbye to Yuko, I decided to go back to the dorm.
Welcome back.
By the way, the internet line, which was ripped apart by the shadow earlier this month, will be fixed tomorrow. If you have a computer in your room, you should be able to connect. So that takes care of everything that was damaged.
No.
Except, of course, Akihiko's ribcage. Speaking of the internet, you play any online games, dude? I've been known to dabble every now and again. Actually, not really. I mean, I play Splatoon a lot. Nice. I got just the thing then. Here, you gotta check this one out. It's called Innocent Sin Online. I used to be totally addicted to it, but I got kind of burned out. Maybe you'll get a kick out of it. Online game acquired. I wonder. You know, the online space is a good place to meet new people. I wonder if we could establish any links through the game. How are you proceeding? How are your explorations of Tartarus proceeding? Dude, going pretty good, honestly. I mean, we already made it to the border floors. Excellent. Then continue the good work. Let's just go talk to Yukari real quick. I'm so glad we can start using the internet again. I've been meaning to check out the new summer clothes that are coming out now. I guess I could look at magazines, but it's quicker to just check online. Plus, it's free. Don't I know the half of it, Yukari? Living on my own, it's really saves my time. I hear a lot of gamers love Innocent Sin Online. Well, since tomorrow's a holiday, you should play it, dude. I didn't really go over this when we were seeing the calendar go by. We'll leave Akihiko and Mitsuru to their business right now. But anytime you see a day underlined in red, that means it's a holiday, and you will not be going to school, which is good and bad. It means we have a free day to dedicate to other things outside of school, but obviously it also means we can't advance our school-based social links. Anyways, we're going to Game Parade tonight in order to play some more House of the Deceased. Suffer like G did. For today in FES, we'll be visiting Mr. Edogawa again. It took me like 12 minutes of resetting to get to this point where I actually got sick on the following day. When I say 12 minutes of resetting, I had to reset about 5 times, but because the load times are rather slow in FES and it takes a while to get to the next day. Oh, hey, there's our rank up. I had to obviously replay quite a bit, and it took like, say like 2 to 3 minutes every single time I reset to see if I got the tiredness to stick. Annoying. We'll also be hanging out with Kenji for today. It is worth noting at this point that in order to keep our social link going at the desired rate, we do need Nekomata if we want to get to the next rank after this one. Anyways, Kenji here actually is saying something mildly interesting. He is hinting to something involving Yukari later. It'll be a while before that comes up, though. Also in Persona 3 FES, we get the Innocent Sin online game from Junpei tonight, which, well, we'll be seeing a quirk about it tomorrow. And, of course, we will also be playing Horror House. Now, unlike the previous night where I tried to extend my tiredness, tonight we are actually not going to study in an attempt to proc tiredness again. In this case, it's sickness, because I've already advanced to sickness. Kind of threw off a plan I had, but I didn't feel like doing any more save scumming. Instead, we're going to sleep earlier. And if you sleep, and you're tired or sick, you will immediately recover to the good status because you rested. Picking up on 428 in Persona 3 Portable, we actually have an interesting option open up to us today that won't be available for us for a long while in Persona 3 FES and Reload. I noticed Yukari just conspicuously standing around here. Well, let's talk to her. Oh, Zoe, heading home? Yeah, absolutely. Want to go somewhere? Okay, I wasn't doing anything today anyway. Alright, let's go. You stopped somewhere on the way home with Yukari. Polonia Mall, Chagall Cafe. Well, there's something I need to say to you. What is it? You probably might not remember, but... when you woke up in the hospital, you know after the dorm was attacked by a shadow and you discovered your persona? You know how I said all those things to you right after you woke up? Like, you're the same as me, and you're alone, and stuff about your parents? I think I might have been making assumptions about you. I mean, I lost my dad, but in your case, it's both your parents. And even though things may seem the same, people react to them differently. But I ignored how you might have felt and forced my own opinions onto you. I've been worrying all this time that I might have said some unfair things to you that day. I want to properly apologize for it. I'm sorry. But I still do sense something similar between us. You might not like it, since it's the fact that we're both missing parents. Still, I've never had anyone who could understand it around me before. It's different for everyone else at school. They have both their parents at home. They can complain about how they'll get yelled at if they come home late. When I hear stuff like that, I feel jealous. But I hate feeling that way, so I hide it. And because I can't tell anyone that, I feel distant. I felt lonely. So when I heard about you, I felt that you could save me from that. Yikes. Sorry, I'm being selfish again, I know. But the fact that you're part of our group now makes me feel a lot better. I'm glad that you joined us. I'm just going around in circles with this pity party, aren't I? Relax, Yukari. I didn't even think anything of it. I mean, I was still half conscious when you said all that to me, so you probably could have just let it slide. So good on you for bringing it up and trying to make sure things are square. I feel like that's a good thing to do. But that's how I really feel. Yukari confided in you. You feel as if you've gotten a little closer to Yukari. Thou art I, and I am thou. Thou hast established a new bond. Thou shalt be blessed when creating personas of the Lover's Arcana. You have established the Yukari Takaba social link of the Lover's Arcana. Lovers, as a whole, tend to be focused on healing magics, and usually they pick up either wind or ice elements, and occasionally they'll have some focus on the charm ailment. A pretty solid line of personas, and some of the later ones learn some pretty important skills when it comes to healing, so definitely keep an eye on this one. The Femc gets to establish this social link much sooner than the male protagonist does. Yukari's social link in the male story is not available until July 25th, and you need maxed out charm to access it. As a female protagonist, we were able to access it basically at the start of the game without any stat requirements, so that actually comes in handy in quite a few ways if you're looking to have good healing support on your team, so very much appreciated for the Femc to be able to get this. Now, in general, the writing of the Lover's social link is still pretty similar in Persona 3 Portable, even if you're playing as a female character, which, as you can imagine, that does introduce some pretty strong sapphic undertones in the later levels of the social link, because they were inherently romantic in Persona 3 FES, which is another mechanic we'll get into later. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, but I'll still be more or less just relegating Yukari's social link to the supplemental videos when it comes to the Femc, just because we're going to be seeing it again with voice acting and reload, so may as well sequester it off. In this specific case, though, we should check it out just because it's a new bit of content that we're accessing much earlier in a different version of the game. You may earn an experience bonus when fusing personas of the Lover's Arcana. It's starting to get a little cold out. Let's go home. You decide to go back to the dorm.
Welcome back.
Actually, I was about to cut ahead, but I may as well comment on something here. Welcome back. For your information, the internet line which was ripped apart by the shadow will be fixed tomorrow. If you have a computer in your room, you should be able to connect. Well, that takes care of everything that was damaged. Except, of course, Akihiko's ribcage. Oh, right. All this talk about the internet reminded me of something. I was totally addicted to this one online game for a while. It's called Innocent Sin Online. It's pretty fun. I haven't touched it since I got here. Maybe I should log in sometime. Junpei, aren't you gonna give me a copy of the game? Since tomorrow is a holiday, I think I'll play Innocent Sin Online. Huh. For some reason, we don't get access to Innocent Sin Online in this version of the game. Weird. Wonder what that could possibly mean. Well, regardless, for the nighttime activities in Persona 3 Portable, we're just going to go to the arcade, and we are going to play Horror House tonight. Today is Showa Day. There's no school. Come to think of it, I should be able to connect to the internet now. I could try playing that game that Junpei just gave me. Yeah, why the hell not? Now, we could leave for the day here, but I think, honestly, we could use a break. We've been so busy. We've been hanging out with so many people. I just need some me time, you know? Studying in your room. Studying at your desk will take some time, but your academics will increase. On days when you don't have school, you may choose to take advantage of your afternoon by studying. We will not be doing that because it's a waste of time. Instead, we will be doing the most meaningful thing, playing MMOs. You now use the computer in your room to play Innocent Sin Online. Playing the game will take up time, but you might meet new people. In this case, we'll meet a new person. Let's play the MMORPG. I think I'll spend the day playing online. Autumn, the year 199X. I have one new message. From Phil. Reality is just a series of events and players acting out what they believe to be true. When we accept that fact, our world becomes as real as any other. Reality is but a reflection of our own thoughts and expectations. But what if we were merely reflections in someone else's mirror? Are you prepared to look through that mirror to discover the truth? I'm in Shinagawa Dungeon. I don't see any other players. A girl in red approaches me. Sup, XD? Wait, are you a nub? You are, huh? Oh, wow. You haven't even finished making your car yet. Guess the new default skin thing was for real. I got this cool outfit in the patch too. Not like it brought in many new people. This is kind of a dead MMO these days, XD. Yeah, welcome to the game. Cool to see you around. Who are you? Sorry, I got kind of OOC there. We are supposed to be our alternate selves, right? Yeah. So, what are you gonna call your car? All I see is no data. Whoa. Oh, hey, I got a good name for you. How about Tatsuya? Yeah, that's perfect, IMO. I'll change mine to Maya, okay? Have a little deja vu. That's a good one. Oh, really? I'm impressed. I didn't think many people played that. Well, if you see any jokers, be sure to rescue me. Okay? Anyway, I'm usually idling here on my days off. So, if you're bored, maybe we can level together. It sucks to be lonely. Bleh. I've become acquainted with a player who goes by the name Maya.
I am thou. Thou art I. Thou hast established a new bond. Thou shalt have our blessing when thou choosest to create a persona of the Hermit Arcana.
Our fourth one for the video, the Hermit Arcana, has been established as a social link for us. The Hermit Arcana contains personae that have a mix of elemental magics, but primarily they focus on inflicting ailments instead. They do have some very good personae, or this Arcana does have some very good personae very early on, who unlock a number of good passives for us to get into the fusion pool, so definitely worth our time to have this link developed early on, though I'm not a huge fan of anything that it provides to us late game. Still, cool that we've got another social link established. Sorry, got to go. Remember, let's think positive. Triesto! XD. Maya's player signed off. I decided to log out as well. Yo, what's up? Oh yeah, you can use that computer over there whenever you want, by the way. You can put whatever software you want onto it, too. Oh, but don't play online games on it. It'd suck if someone else accidentally used your account. Using the shared computer. You can use the shared computer in the first floor lounge for research or to run purchase software. All software is single-use only and can be purchased from Mangastar Net Cafe. Like many activities, using the computer will take up a portion of your day. So this is kind of a silly way to add extra functionality to the lounge of the dorm. Now the shared computer can be used, and we can use software that we purchased from the Iwatodai strip mall in order to develop our stats and unlock new mechanics. Kinda silly that we can't really just do this on our computer in our own room, but I guess they really felt like it's a shame that this computer over here can't be used either. What's up with you, Junpei? Man, no one's back yet. And we have school tomorrow? I guess that means Tartarus is a no-go. Yep, that's right. Alrighty then, time to hit the hay. Alright, well, let's step on out into the night, and actually, we're going to be heading to Iwatodai Strip Mall, not to use any of the restaurant— whoops, that was not what I wanted to do. I was going to say, we want to go to Iwatodai Strip Mall, not to use any of the restaurants, but to visit the Net Cafe, like the game recommended. So, now we can run up these stairs, and due to the fancy transition to HD, there is no longer a screen transition when we go up them. We can just run up, and here we go. The next gen is here. So, what we want? Welcome! The software programs on our computers are available for sale at the counter. Mangastar Net Cafe is a vendor of PC software. You can run purchase software on the computer in the first floor dormitory lounge. Let me know what you've decided on when you want. when you've decided on what you want. Sorry, getting my words reversed there. Anyways, we have a number of different softwares to buy here, but we want to focus on just the ones that actually give us some functionality here, or rather improve our stats. Lessons in Etiquette, this is a +4 charm boost that we can use whenever we want. We've also got Virtual Diet here, which will, I actually forget what this one does, but we'll be seeing it eventually, don't worry, don't worry. And then we want to pick up the Umiushi Fan Book, which is required for quests later in the game. So let's grab this one as well. Please come again. Lotus Juice is just having the time of his life out at night. Why am I doing this? Sometimes I just get so caught up in the walking, I forget, you know what, I've got fast travel, why don't I just use that? Makes these videos go by faster. Anyways, like we were told earlier, we can use this computer. I heard that anyone could use this computer. Looks like there are some pre-installed programs. A package on the bookshelf says has a sticker on it that says, free to borrow. Should I borrow something? Digital Cram School. So, another thing that we can use to develop ourselves. Should I spend my time using the computer? Absolutely. And tonight, we want to play Lessons in Etiquette. Lessons in Etiquette. A quiz with right or wrong questions on manners propped up on the screen. Should you arrive 10 minutes early to important meetings? No, you should arrive 10 minutes early to all meetings, not just the important ones. Ah, trick question. The tricky questions continue. Glad I'm not the only one who thought that. I finished answering a large number of quiz questions. The manners I learned might make me more attractive and respected. And just like that, developing your charm is easy. Go out and just play some software with a bunch of trick questions. It's gotten late. I should head back to my room. As is the case in Reload, it is a day off in FES and in Portable on the 29th. So, in FES, we are also going to be playing the online game here. Not studying, playing the online game. We want to use the internet all day. Now, I mentioned that there is a particular quirk about the MMO in this version of the game. Well, so, you know how the message says you decide to spend the day playing games online? Well, in FES, that message is completely literal. You are completely advanced to the next day. You skip the evening, you skip late night. If you decide to play the online game, you do not get to do anything else in FES. Needless to say, that means routing it into the schedule is a bit more demanding. Now, on Persona 3 Portable, since we're not bogged down with our MMO gaming, we do actually have the opportunity to do what we want with today. Junpei calls us up asking us to come hang out, but we're busy. We've got other things we need to do. We've got old people we need to hang out with. And yes, that's how we're going to be dedicating our holiday this time, going to the bookstore. I'm going to be relegating this one to the supplemental video, since we will be seeing it later in Persona 3 Reload, but just note that this specific social link does actually open up a sequence flag for a future social link, so we're getting access to more content in the near future. Hey Yukari, what's up? It's almost May, but it's still chilly. Make sure you don't catch cold. Oh, I mostly just get that from Tartarus. If you feel sick or if you're tired, take a break. No, I've got medicine to get. Anyways, let me get this social link done. And closing out this holiday, we will still be doing some gaming. In this case, we'll be going to play horror, or the quiz game, rather. Sorry, I had to get my days mixed up here. But yes, we'll be playing the quiz game, and we'll get ever so smarter. Our academics have greatly increased, which incidentally gets us to rank 2. We are no longer a slacker. Gotta have faith in me, guys. I can hear people talking. I spent my entire day off at the Net Cafe. You can play computer games there, so I ended up trying a bunch of different ones. I knew that they sell computer software there, but I didn't realize you could use them in the private booths too. It's always so packed there though, so I never feel like going. Yeah, it was super crowded yesterday too. It was a miracle I managed to get my own booth. Next time I'll just buy the game. It's probably more relaxing to play it at home anyways. The first bell has rung. God, ladies, you are so behind. We already did that. Your tutorial just helped us. Not at all. I'm Edagawa, and I'll be teaching. Let's call it investigative learning. My goal is to ease some of the stress you suffer as students, of which I assume there is plenty. Think of it as psychotherapy through magic. Yes, that's right. Quiet down. No talking. Silence, I say! Were you surprised to hear me bring magic up? Well, this study was very recently published, so it's not well known just yet. But those who believe will be saved. In other words, the placebo effect is hard at work. That means believe your studies are paying off, and eventually they will. Alright then, let's get on with our first lecture, the basics of magic. Who can use magic, and who cannot? That seems like a reasonable enough starting point. Some of you may think magic lets you do absolutely anything. Pulling pranks, raining vengeance on your enemies. Well, if those are the first witches that run through your mind when it comes to magic, then I'll tell you now, you'll never master the craft. This is true of both Eastern and Western sorcery. Those with wicked hearts will be either powerless or driven to ruin. There's one more vital facet to learning magic, and that is the master. Practitioners should always aspire to become as knowledgeable as their predecessors, especially if they intend to study high-level magic. But without a master's careful instruction, learning the craft becomes wholly impossible. Once you've begun your training, you'll have to live in two worlds at once, the real world and the dark realm. If you ever lose the ability to distinguish between the two, then you'll be headed straight for disaster. That's what makes the guidance of a master absolutely vital! With all that out of the way, I'll move on to meditation, one of the standards in magical training. Now I've got some handouts here for you. I'm feeling sleepy. Should I close my eyes for a few minutes? Oh god, my eyes actually are glazing over. Let's take a quick rest. I can feel the teacher's glare as I start nodding off. It's like my courage is being tested. And with that little boost to our courage, we are now determined. The sunlight gently pouring in from the windows fills you with determination. Class has ended for today. Speaking of determination, let's go see if Chihiro is out there, and we can't make a little bit more headway on, I guess just developing any kind of friendship with her. Seller-san, about what happened the other day. I, sort of overreacted. I just wanted to say, I'm sorry. I get really nervous when I talk to people, although I know I should really do something about it. It's especially bad when I talk to boys. All I can think about is running away in that situation. Oh, come on, I'm a guy and you can talk to me. I know. That's exactly why I'm so nervous now. Sorry, I know I can't perform my duties on the student council if I'm like this. I have to try harder to overcome this phobia. Thank you very much. I'll try to do my best. I don't think she's willing to talk to me anymore. I should try again another time. We're making some headway, though. At least she realizes that she's being a little unreasonable, though not unjustifiably so. I know talking to people can be tough. Anyway, let's go to track practice today. Sup? Class finally let out, huh? You leaving for practice now? Wanna head to the track together? Absolutely, my friend. With Aramitama at our back, I feel like we might grow closer with you. Did I just say that out loud? That's what I like to hear. Can't have you showing me up all the time. Time to put my game face on.
Alright, one more time. I'll show you what I'm made of. Huh? Damn it! Seriously?
Miyamoto!
Cause!
Anemia? Come on, we're counting on you to be captain next year. The big meet's next year, so you've got time. Just don't overdo it. Hey, you. Why don't you leave practice early and take him home?
Sorry. What are you looking at? I'm fine. It's just, my anemia's acting up.
Are you going to be okay, man?
Of course. It's just, you know, a touch of anemia. Damn it, I can't do it. I can't lie to you. Look, truth is, it's my knee. It hasn't felt right ever since that day you first came to practice. I tried medicine, I tried wrapping it, but the pain won't stop.
Will it heal?
Of course it will. But I can't afford to stop training, so I'll play through the pain. Next year, there's a national competition. Athletes from all over Japan will be there. The regionals don't hold a candle in comparison. And if I want to win, then I have to spend the next year training. A lot of guys on the team are nosy as hell. If they find out about my knee, they won't leave me alone. So please keep it a secret, okay? We gotta look out for each other.
Well, I appreciate your trust, but I don't know. Is it really a good idea to just ignore it like that? Not even have the nurse look at it, if nothing else? Well, we're at rank 3 for Chariot, at least.
If I go easy on it, I can make it home by myself. Don't worry about me. You get on back to training.
I parted ways with Miyamoto, went home after practice. Well, seems like we got some problems cropping up with his training there.
Oh, it's you.
Well, welcome back. And, actually, that is where we're going to be ending the reload portion of the video, because we've got a couple things to wrap up in FES and Portable, and then in the next video, well, you'll see. For our lecture in Persona 3 Portable and FES, we have Mr. Ono. Let's see today's lecture. We'll cover the ancient tombs. Oh. Sorry, I kind of misread that. I don't know. Do you think any of this is relevant? I mean, I can make better tomb decorations than the ancients. I can't wait till we get to the Sengoku era. It's so exciting! Speaking of the Sengoku era, there was a general who was called the Warhawk of the Battlefield. The teacher keeps talking about the Sengoku era. You feel tired. Close your eyes for a few minutes. We're a good student, we'll stay awake. And that's how the period came to be known as the Sengoku era. Huh? Want to hear more about the ancient tombs? Well, if you insist. Study the Kitora tomb in Nara, because it'll go on the exam. You stayed up and listened to the lecture. That sounded like a hint there. Anyways, we're starting off in Persona 3 Portable for this day and the other versions of the game, since we actually have, some things to check out here, and I am actually going to skip by this, because, I will, be going over it in more detail in the FES portion of the video. But suffice to say, we've unlocked an important thing in Persona 3 Portable. But what we're going to be doing today is Junpei, a social link that I can include in this video, since it is, of course, distinct from the one in Persona 3 Reload and FES. So, let's hang out with the man. Hey, you on your way home? Seems Junpei wants to walk back to the dorm with you. Spend some time after school with Junpei? Absolutely, let's hang out with the man. Really? Let's stop by somewhere. Junpei seems happy. Tatsumi Port Island Station Movie Theater. Junpei insisted that you come see a movie with him. This is it! Double-barreled justice! I've been looking forward to this coming out. Junpei's eyes are lit up. Come on, let's go in, let's go in! Ooh, you looking forward to it too? Alright, let's go get some good seats. Junpei is jittery, as if he can't wait to go in. You and Junpei watched the movie Double-Barreled Justice together. Seeing the action scenes on the big screen was overwhelming. The story was surprisingly complex. It was kinda not what I was expecting. Junpei cocks his head. The villain wasn't all that evil. Kinda killed it for me when he started talking about his tragic past. It isn't cool if you have to beat somebody who didn't want to be a bad guy. Bad guys should be evil all the way to the core. It's just more satisfying. Junpei shrugs. Oh, you still got some time, right? Let's grab something to eat on the way back. Iwatodai Strip Mall, Wild Duck Burger. You came here with Junpei. Ah, crap. The guys at school might say some stuff if they see us together. I mean, looks like a lot of the guys are interested in you. Plus, the famous Yucatan and Mitsuru-senpai live in the same dorm too. There are a lot of dudes who envy me because of that. Sorry? Hey, yeah, it's your fault! Junpei laughs. Actually, you don't seem to be all that interested in guys. I mean, you're not all excited and asking me who's saying all this stuff. I mean, of course you aren't. No girl would be that desperate. Junpei nods triumphantly. Also, I know you probably got your hands full with your own stuff now. Actually, same goes for me too. Junpei's expression suddenly turns serious. You feel like you understand Junpei a little better now. And with that, we hit Rank 2 in Persona 3 Portable with our pal Junpei Iori. The Junpei Iori social link has reached level 2. Your power to create personas of the Magician Arcana has grown. Well, forget about that stuff. Want more fries? You don't mind sharing with me, right? You and Junpei chatted for a while before heading back. In FES, we also got a lecture, of course, but today we are going to be hanging out with Kazushi instead. Incidentally, this will be our opportunity to talk with Yuko for a second time in this version, and kickstart the Strength social link as well. Ling has work on that in FES as well. Something different happens in FES when we get home for the evening on 4:30. We get a call on our cell phone. Hello, this is Elizabeth. Please come to the Velvet Room. There is a matter we need to discuss. You may use the alternate entrance located in Polonia Mall. All you must do is find the door. I'll see you soon. The phone call has ended. So, looks like we get a little request from Elizabeth in FES, and this happens in Portable as well.
Where have you been?
Oh, you know, I've just been doing it, Akihiko. But yeah, let's head out to Polonia Mall. This is also the first time the game draws attention to the entrance to the Velvet Room located in Polonia Mall, if you have not been adventurous enough to find it yourself. So, let's head to Polonia Mall, of course. And let us head into the little alleyway underneath the karaoke. So, heading into here in this distinctly blue alleyway. Not exactly sure why this exists, because the only thing here is a mysterious door that leads to the Velvet Room that literally nobody else can see. Maybe it's a planned extension area. But heading into the Velvet Room here. I am truly sorry to bother you, but I have a big favor to ask. I have been looking for someone with exceptional strength. If you don't mind, will you accept my requests? Some of my missions will require you to escort me around, but of course, once each request is completed, I will have a reward for you. I anxiously await your cooperation. You are now able to accept Elizabeth's requests. This is a mechanic that we won't be seeing for a little while in Persona 3 Reload, because it's not unlocked until later in that version of the game, which is kind of one of the curious changes between the versions. Usually mechanics become available sooner in Reload, but this particular one was actually pushed back. Taking requests from Elizabeth. We can also talk to her here and get some tutorializing on the various things she can do, but that's not really that interesting. One thing to note is that when you accept a request, you can only accept up to 3 requests in FES and Portable, and if you want to cancel them, you have to pay a nominal fee. Each request either is available indefinitely or has a set due date. Usually that due date is just a little bit before the full moon hits, although there are a couple exceptions towards the end of the game. The different varieties of requests here are going on a date with Elizabeth, where we can take her around Polonia Mall and get an item that will allow us to fuse a new persona. We can also give her a random item, which I'm going to take this one right now just to see if I have it. So she wants a muscle drink. Okay, so we don't have it. If we were able to fulfill that request, we would just get an immediate message from Elizabeth letting us know that you seems to have fulfilled a request for me. Such as if we took this one for the Juzumaru, and if we back out, you seem to have completed a request. Just a moment while I check. This must be the katana that Nichiren once used. Ah, and the hilt has beadwork laid in. That's why it's called the Katana of Evil's Bane. It's a good-sized sword, too. approximately 81.08 centimeters with a 3 centimeter curve measuring about 3.96 centimeters in width. Wow, Elizabeth knows her weapons. Please accept your reward. Obtained a Cup of Night. This is a stat boosting item that you can use on one of the protagonist's personae to permanently boost its stats. We'll eventually have a more reliable way of obtaining these, but doing quests for Elizabeth is one of the various methods we can get them for. Another quest that we can fulfill right now is Perform Cadenza. Will you accept this request? Now, the quest says to perform the skill, but in actuality, you just need to unlock it and have it available in your system menu, and that will confirm to Elizabeth that you at least know how to do this skill. I have confirmed your casting of the fusion spell Cadenza. That beautiful duet between two musicians. I can feel my strength increasing just from listening to their song. Please accept your reward. And we get a pretty decent reward for this, 5 Aguilau gems. Note that the rewards are slightly different for between this version of the game and Portable. Also note that some requests, such as the one regarding fusion spells, were actually removed from Portable, so because they're items, there is not really much of an achievement for using them anymore. Consequently, that means that the number of quests has actually been reduced in Portable, which is kind of a shame, because a large number of these quests were actually added in FES, such as this Elizabeth date request. We're going to wait a little bit before accepting that one. Other quests that we can do right now is that we can retrieve the first old document, which will be available at the end of the first block Fable. We want to take that one. We also want to take this one, Retrieve the Beetle Shell. This will give us a chance of collecting a beetle shell from a grave beetle if we kill one. You can only get this beetle shell if you accept the request. We also have slight odds of getting a muscle drink from Tartarus, so I'm gonna hold out for that, but if we don't get it, we can just get it from the Aohige Pharmacy instead. So let's leave Elizabeth to her business, and that is what we're going to be doing in Persona 3 FES tonight. We are going to be doing well, not necessarily final Tartarus trip, but final one that I'll actually be showing in detail for the month in Persona 3 FES, or I should say up until the next full moon. I kind of categorize each distinct section of the game as months, even though a lot of the time the full moon happens at a point where one month is bleeding into the next. But yes, in Persona 3 FES, we are going to be going to Tartarus tonight, and the next video will be dedicated to finishing up our business in Tartarus. So let's just meet up with Mitsuru, and let's just make sure that everyone can go. So let's check the status here, because if Yukari is unavailable, I'm gonna have to do some on-the-fly revisions. Yukari is available, and Junpei is available, so yes, we will be going to Tartarus tonight. Let's make our way over there. I'll let the others know. And once again, we are in Tartarus. Next time, we will be taking on... what I should be saying is, we will be taking on the last boss we need to in Tartarus, and hopefully I'll be able to defeat him in FES, because it's more than a slightly tricky fight, but I think with the Juzumaru and good defense, we should be able to take him out no problem. So, that is what we will be doing in the next video, alongside seeing Tartarus in Reload, and the bosses available in that version of the game, or I should say boss available in that version of the game. But yeah, that's what we'll be doing next video. As always, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Until then, though, goodbye.
I don't dispute the doubts you've outlined, but it's my right to waste your time.